Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a love reading for the sign of Gemini. Keep in mind it is just general. We're going to start off with those couples. Gemini couples in relationships already. Let's dive straight into it. It is a karmic, could be a karmic. They're just with you for either the sex or the looks or the money. They're with you for something materialistic. Gemini couples. And you may have the reasons on why you with them too. Probably because they fine or they freaky or something like that. Whatever the case may be. I will do a spread for singles right after, so stay tuned for singles. If you can, somebody timestamp that in the comments as well when the singles start. But right now, this is strictly couples. Then I'll do a separate spread for the singles and then pull a card for each sign. That way we covering all bases. Okay. Yeah, back to the couples. It is a sturdy foundation. Looks like they're here to stay. They're with you based off the looks, and it is mutual though. It is mutual. I don't want to just make it seem like, oh, they just using you for this and they don't really like you. No, it's mutual, but it's very cliche or surface level or it's superficial. Let me say that. It's saying just communicate better and yeah, let's pull it. Your partner is distracted, can't lie. They got their head. They're like a cat looking out the window. They like to play a lot of mind games, or they do think about you a lot as well. Again, they're with you for the looks. They with you for the sex, or vice versa. You with them for the sex or the looks. Reverse the roles if need be. But I'm picking up on the energy of two partners, two people. They also prefer to keep your love life private. They don't like to brag and boast, so they're not real big on PDA or just being out there with it. They're cool with y'all, the level that it's set, the level of privacy that it has, they're cool with that. Just as long as you're giving that sex, though. Yeah, this is the type of person that they can have sex without putting their emotions on the line. You want something for the long haul, or you see them for the long haul, and they are into you. It could work for the long haul if you dominate them, and dominating them. Being in the dominant position, this is just coming from a man who's dominant. Domination sometimes is done by force. Sometimes you have to force your way to dominate and control a person. But with today's society and the way that things work, you cannot dominate people physically and get away with it. So you have to be willing to walk away from relationships. Not saying leave this person and try to test them, but it's saying if this person forces your hand, you will walk away. And that's how you continue to be dominant in these days. Back in the day, I hear stories about men and people controlling their wives physically. I don't necessarily believe in that in 2025. I believe in keeping that bag first and standing on principles and not being dominant more on your principles as a individual, especially as a man. But the relationship is here to stay, or your partner is here to stay. Your partner may be a little, they're obviously not as woke as you. They're obviously not as determined as you. You could be the leader, the money, the go-getter. It's saying if you want this relationship, it's about balance for you specifically. You got to satisfy them in the bedroom, and you also got to chase that bag too. That's a part of being playing the dominant role. It says one of you is doing too many fucking chores. That person better get laid now. See what I'm saying? So the Percy and it's just talking about the dynamic. It also says love the one you're with, but whoever's doing the most chores, they want to get sex down. Or they want, they feel like they deserve more for what they doing in the relationship. And for you, you may feel content. You feel content with it. They feel like, well, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing all this, so I deserve to get the smack down. And then you feel like, well, shit, I'm providing, I'm going to work, and I'm grinding, and I'm the leader. Like, and again, reverse the roles if need be. It's two roles, but like you feel like, shit, I'm doing all this, like shit, we good, like we locked in. Meanwhile, they're expecting more. And all that is just a lack of communication. if y'all communicated better or more efficiently, meaning like, now I'm going to get on the women's now. Now I'm not a relationship guru type. All my content comes from a spiritual perspective, but I noticed that women do this, so I'm gonna move on to them singles. Women will have certain expectations in the relationship without telling you, and they will hold you to them standards without telling you. Like, they will expect you to be a good kiss or a good this, or they want you to smell a certain way, or they want you to dick them down a certain type of way, and they won't tell you that. You either know how to do it or you don't, and if you don't, they will punish you for not. Or if you don't have the package that they want, they will punish you for that type of energy. So it's like, it's just a lack of communication within the relationship. Compared to, I notice women who are able to express what they want and need, they're able to get that a little bit quicker. So that's just some advice for the feminine. If you're on the feminine side, you may play these games and, not always be able to express or can express what you want, or you may be a little shy because you're feminine. But at the same time, from my experience with feminine women, when they express what they want up front or just eventually, they eventually get what they want because, again, they've expressed it, and it took a lot for them to say it. And that's pretty much all they had to do was just say it, because that's the feminine energy. Wham, I want this. Give me that. Baby type of energy. All right, moving on to them couples. I'm sorry, singles. You sad. You sad, Gemini single. You sad. You still thinking about your ex. You sad. You still caught up on somebody from the past. Now, don't tell me you not now. And if you're not, now you probably shouldn't even be watching this. Now, if you good, if you A-okay, then I don't even know why you watching this. But let me keep an open mind. Gemini singles. What's going on for Gemini singles? I forgot. Y'all don't like to admit emotions. Y'all have a hard time admitting emotions, Geminis. Gemini singles. What do we need to know? You bitter. If you're not sad, you bitter. You salty. Oh, Lord. Y'all forgive me. I'm just being myself right now. Gemini singles, what do we need to know? You're sexually frustrated. All you do is go to work and go home. That's all I'm seeing in the cards right now. Just go to work and go. I see why you're sexually frustrated. All you do is go to work and go home. Gym at home or something like that. All you doing is you ain't really getting your needs met for real. Welcome to that single life. Welcome to that, Gemini singles. Gemini singles. You sad. I keep picking up on that. Hell is you sad for? We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Just shuffling the cards. Give me a second, y'all. Bear with me. You asking for too much. Can't lie. If you're single, you asking for too much. You're asking for too much. Like, see, when you got all these high ass standards, you kind of like what I said in the couples. You better be willing to walk away and stand alone. Not saying you have to be alone, but you better be willing to walk away and stand alone with these high ass standards. Not everyone's gonna meet your standards, and not everyone is gonna want to even meet those standards based off what they're getting in return. But you feel unsatisfied with your current options, which is why you're single. You're not getting what you want, and you're also not settling either. You will settle if they come with that paper. If they come with that bread, you will settle. But other than that, you ain't really trying to hear it like that. You ain't really trying to. Yeah, you ain't really trying to mess with it for real. You're more like, I'm on some high vibe, high vibrational type energy. Like I ain't really trying. Like, you can take me on a date, but that don't mean we fucking. Like, that don't mean, even though I want it. Home. All you do is working home. The temperance. This has got you imbalanced. This has got you imbalanced. Now it got you hyper. I won't say hypersexual, but hyper needing love, needing sex, needing intimacy. You will end up getting what you want. You will. What you want is right around the corner, but you gotta play your cards right though. One, get out your feelings with this sad, bitter shit. Two, fix this sexual frustration, because people can pick up on energy. Like, it's saying be more free flowing and open with yourself. Be more free flowing and open with, with yourself, because people can pick up on energy. So it's like you are attracting, or you are wanting to see. You're interested. You're definitely open to it, but at the same time, too, it's these very high standards, or there's just some type of restriction or limitation or something. You filtering the results, and it's making the number of the options very slim. It's like only date dudes that's 6'6". Well, shit, the options are slim because most of the niggas that's 6'6" are in a relationship. It says you are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. Now that's just an example. Or if you're a man, you only date girls that's 5'5", or only date blondes, or some, I don't know, some weird like some type of request that just, it's like, okay, you're doing too much. Like, you need to. Options are on the table, but these options ain't shit. These options ain't really nothing right now. You need that one person that you're locked in with. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. So you may already know who you want. Typical Gemini. Typical Gemini energy right here. Typical Gemini energy right here. So with all that going on, you also know who you want already. So it's like, I don't want any of those options. You pretending you playing with those options, but you really know who you want already anyway. You already got your mind elsewhere. It's saying that you are interested in someone that you may be interested in someone outside the reading, like someone that I picked up on outside the reading that I wasn't even picking up on. Could be an Aquarius, could be any sign. But yeah, typical Gemini energy. Let's go ahead and pull a card for each sign. Gemini is dealing with each sign all the way from Aries to Pisces. If you're dealing with an Aries, they don't really want it for real. If you're dealing with a Taurus, same thing. It's either one-sided or it's just not, like, it ain't worth it for real. It's like you'll do it and you're going to regret it. If you're dealing with a Gemini, moving on to a different option. They not getting what they want here. If you're dealing with a Cancer, look but don't touch. They'll send pictures of something, but that's about it. If you're dealing with a Leo, random. They'll do it with randoms. They don't give a damn. They'll get their needs met by any by any means necessary, anywhere. If you're dealing with a Virgo, they just want to give. This is one of the subservient type ones, submissive type. They love to give. If you're dealing with a Libra, sex, no feelings. If you're dealing with the Scorpio, they think about you a lot. They fantasize about you a lot, or they want to see how you look for real. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, clingy, digmatized, obsessed with sex, obsessed with pleasure. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they'll hit it and go the other way. One night, like not even a one night stand. It's just more on some like once they get what they want, they gone. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, they watch you online or they look at pictures of you. If you're dealing with a Pisces, they want to see if it's real. Or they want to see if you really bought that action or if you bought that life. Or they want to shoot their shot and see if do you feel the same way? That's all I got for Gemini. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.